Hi guys and girls, welcome back to another video. So I'm using a lot of different things in this video to create a set of wooden design nails. I'm using Model 1s and my chroma ink. The chroma ink number that I'm using is number 6. This was their brownest colour. And I'm using Soft Portrait from Model 1s. So I've got my tips as well. I'm going to do this on tips today. So to begin with, I'm only applying one coat of this actually, because this covered really nicely. I'll show you in a minute. So this is Self Portrait from Model 1s. I do have a 15% off discount code, which is Natalie 00, which I will leave in the description box below. And it wasn't focusing, but look how nice that covered amazingly. So I'm going to do that over all the nails, and then I will pop it in my LED lamp to cure for 30 seconds. Then I'm going to be using the matte top coat of theirs, which I got in a set with a glossy top coat, a base coat, and then obviously this matte top coat. So when you matte top coat, I like to matte top coat before I do inks. I always like to do inks on a matte top coat, because I find that when I top coat the ink design that I'm happy with, it doesn't smudge if I've done it on a matte top coat. So that's why I'm doing a matte top coat on this. And when I use inks, I like to manipulate my inks with acetone as opposed to cleanser. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm doing a wood grain design, I'm going to actually brush the ink on. And already you can see we're starting to get lines on the nails, but there's little, I want to get rid of those little circly bits at the bottom. So inks are amazing. I love them so much. Oh, I need to actually tell you before I do anything, this set was inspired. It's kind of like almost a recreation set, I suppose, but I don't know who done it. I'll leave the set of nails on here. Those are the ones that I saw, and I fell in love with them. But I don't know who done it, so I don't know who to tag. Anyway, right, the ink is on. I've got some acetone on my brush, and I am just, not much, the brush is damp. It's not wet, it's damp. And then I was kind of like brushing it through. See, I've never done this before, so this is kind of like an experiment. So yeah, brushing it through to try and highlight some of those lines. And then wood grain kind of has they have these little eyes. I don't actually know what the proper term is. The little kind of like circle bits, and then they're kind of outlined with a sort of arch. So I was trying to kind of make an arch, and I've gone out of shot. There we go. She's back, and she's back in the room. So I was trying to make these arches around the little, I don't even know how to describe what I'm doing right now. So you kind of, it's almost like you're drawing that little arch on, but what's happening is you're kind of removing some of the ink and pushing it towards the tip of your brush. So it kind of, I don't know, it's really weird to, you kind of, if you use inks a lot, you'll kind of get used to how they work. I'm still learning. But I love inks. I love inks so much. And this particular nail I was faffing around with for what seemed like an eternity. You'll notice that when I show you the other, I'm going to do the same thing on another nail, and then I'm going to do something similar on another nail, but I'm leaving the top a bit. Okay, I'm leaving that top part clear, which not clear, but it'll have the gel polish on. But you'll see in a minute, will definitely notice a big difference between this nail and the other nail, because the other nail doesn't look half as good as this one in my opinion, but it's because I took my time on this one. I'm so sorry. I thought this video was going to be so long. Actually, it's not that bad. But the good thing about inks is you can keep applying ink. If you're not happy with a bit that you've done, just apply the ink over the top, and then just work at it again. And you'll kind of soon get the gist of what the ink will and won't do for you. Do you know what I mean? And the brush, how you can you'll start to learn how the brush can work with the ink. Do you know? And you'll also learn how, like when I do marbles, the end of my brush is quite saturated. However, when I'm trying to do, like, you've seen me do roses in ink before, and and doing this actual wood design, my brush is only damp. It's not sopping wet, because otherwise the ink will disperse. And so you kind of get to know, yeah, practice is what I'm trying to say. Practice makes perfect, and you the more you practice, the more you get used to, you know, how your product works and stuff. And yeah, that's all I can say on the subject, really. But you can see I have sped this up. This is going twice as fast, but you get the idea of what I'm doing. And I've literally nearly done it now. But do you know what? If this ink wasn't quite, if this was a little bit more brown and a little less red, this I would have, because I'm not 100%, I don't really like the colour very much. This is like an acacia wood. If you play Minecraft, this is like acacia wood. Okay, so I am relatively happy with that. I think that's probably as good as I'm going to get it. So I'm going to use the matte top coat again. And sometimes, I don't know, if you're a little bit worried about, you need to obviously wait for the ink to air dry, but inks air dry in like a matter of seconds. But you can, if you're still a little bit wary, you can float the top coat over. But look, I mean, I haven't got any smudges on that. That's fine and lovely and all covered, and it's going to go into the lamp. There we go. So that is our wood grain nail. I kind of like it. If I can find the original image of that the wooden design that I saw, I'll try and link it somewhere. Actually, if I found it, I'll put it here. I'll have to remember to find it. This is some kind of coppery brown coloured striping tape that I am going to put along the top of where the ink finishes and the gel polish starts on this now. I want to do it a little bit thicker, so I'm kind of going to double it up. And I'm so sorry, I'm almost out of shot. But when I put when I put tape on, what I will do is, it didn't stick very well on the right hand side. If you see here, look, I'm just going to snip it so that it is not hanging over the edge, and I've got a little bit of nail free. Do you see what I mean? So that when I come to top coat, that will seal that, and the same that side, look. The only thing is where the ribbon, no, it's not ribbon, it's tape, where the tape didn't stick very well on one side, it's actually sticking up anyway. So do make sure that when you're doing this on a client, that the tape is fully stuck down. Look, you can see it already started to poke up. How did I miss it? Look, you can see it's poked up. What an idiot. Anyway, it doesn't matter. For the sake of the video, pretend it's sealed in and not poking up. Right, I've got Natalie Embossing Gel. This is a non-wipe. Right, it can be used on a finish now. It doesn't have a tacky layer. But the good thing about it is you can build it up, which is quite nice. So when you're doing like if you're doing swirls and you want them to be 3D, right, I was using their Zostafo brush as well. I'm not very good at this, but what I'm trying to do is push down, and then as I get towards the end of the petal, you kind of twist the brush so that the petal thins out. I was really bad at it, as you can see. I'm kind of just sort of, I don't know, I'm like my brush is like hardly even touching the nail at this point. I mean, as long as my technique is quite honestly shite, but I was kind of, by the way, excuse my index finger, I broke my nail, and I ended up picking it off, but it did break a little bit too further down for what I liked, and it hurts at the minute. So actually it doesn't hurt now, but it did at the time of recording. Anyway, so I'm trying to make some daisies, kind of like daisy flowers, because they're pretty and I really like them, and I thought they looked so nice over the wood. So once I'm relatively happy, that's going to go in the lamp. I'm only going to flash cure it, because I'm going to do another one. In fact, I think I do, on these actual full wood grain nails, I think I do 3 flowers. And on that one with the wood grain that's only like half on the nail, the one with the striping tape on, I think I only do 2. But yeah, I thought these looked really cute. Ooh, it came out of nowhere. Did anyone else yawn? Let me know if you yawned when I yawned. I always like to know if people yawn when I yawn. It's contagious, isn't it? because I'm a weirdo. Oh. There we go. Right, that's going to go in. Then I will finish the flowers on all the other nails as well, and then I'll show you. So we're here. I know we're not. Right, yes. Okay, so now we've got the Madame, see what I mean? I'm using a little bit of everything. The Madame Glam gel paint in green and the Nail Sugar Natalie Mugridge detailer brush. I'm going to put some like vines on. And I want I'm kind of just sort of the vines that I just want to connect each of the flowers with. Do you remember like daisy chains? Growing up, I used to do daisy chains all the time. I was like, let's kind of make some daisy chains. So literally just kind of connect them however you want. You don't even have to do this part. You can put leaves on instead. If you want to put leaves on, I wanted to put little vines on. This one looks more like a bow, but it's not. Anywho, and they're going to go in the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. Okay, now I've got, these are the Nail Sugar Crystal Boutique Golden Shadow Crystals. I want to use these for the centre of the flowers. I'm going to get them all out the bag if I can, because I want some of those smaller ones, the smaller sized crystals. These are mixed crystals. I think they range from SS4 to SS12. I couldn't show you very well because they all decided that they wanted to turn around the wrong way. Okay, not all of them, but most of them. And I am also going to use these yellow caviar beads or micro beads, whatever you want to call them. They're going to go around the crystals in the centre of the nail, because I was kind of hoping, and actually it kind of did work. I wanted the crystal in the middle to pick up some of the yellow from the caviar beads to make the crystals look more yellow, and I think it did work. You'll see at the end. Right, I've got my Nailchemy Crystal Totalist Gem Glue. So I'm putting a blob in the centre of the flower, and what I'll do is I will place a crystal there. I'm also going to do this on the half flowers. I will do this as well on the half flowers. And the gem glue has splodged out a little bit, but that's absolutely fine. I meant to do that because what I want to do is the gem glue that's splodged out from the side of the crystal, I will put these little caviar beads into that gem glue. So all the way around there we go, and then that's going to go in the lamp, and then I will finish all the other nails, and I will show you the finished design. In the lamp for 60 seconds that goes. There we are. I actually really love this. I think it's super cute. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. I do have a 10% discount code off Nail Sugar, which is NatMug10, and 30% off Madame Glam, which is NatMug30. All the description, everything will be in the discount, and everything will be below anyway. Have a good Monday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. Love you all.